Hello everyone, Neil here. I'm back for round 6 of answering the newbie questions in the large Facebook group. We are doing this in an attempt to make sure that the same questions don't get asked over and over again out in public. Instead, they're in just one coherent video where we can get all the answers. So let's jump into the computer here and see what we have. So this might be a little bit longer of a video today. There are a few questions since the last few days I've kind of been away from the computer. So the first question we have, it's more of a statement kind of by Brent. What's up with the extra wrinkled t-shirt mock-ups? They're ugly. So Amazon has put the new mock-ups into place. They're slowly rolling out, but I think all of the new t-shirt designs you're going to put up will have these wrinkled kind of effects to them. They're doing this in an attempt to make sure to lower the pixel for pixel copycats. They're changing the mock-ups. You might notice it today. I just saw it rolling out that the mock-ups are actually quite larger on the actual Amazon page. They don't look too bad. Amazon is a big data company, so if it's going to decrease sales, they probably will roll it back. But if it doesn't, I think they are here to stay. The next question comes from Jeffrey. When uploading a new design, is it possible to show a particular color? Some colors look better than others. Potential buyer, they want them to see the best color the very first time. So I've answered this a few times in the past. There is no specific way to make sure that one color shows up as the t-shirt mock-up when you first put a design online. It's going to be random. Once the t-shirt starts selling, Amazon's going to display the best selling color. So if you only want it to be in one specific color, I would just pick that color when putting your shirt online. Otherwise, just pick the best colors for that t-shirt, and eventually the best seller is going to be the color that is displayed. So the third question here, okay, now I'm confused. When I search for my design name, I find it on page 4. When I change it to price low to high, it disappears. Does anyone else have this issue? So what's happening here is this is probably going to be an indexing issue. So the shirt gets indexed within the search algorithm, and it shows on page 4. But when you change it to low to high, maybe it hasn't indexed properly. I would give it maybe 7 to 10 days for it to show up there. But they are going to be testing different ways to display your product. Most customers, I can tell you, most customers are not going to search low to high. They're simply going to search the keyword and look through the results. And as your shirt sells, it's going to start ranking higher for those specific keywords that the customer actually entered in. So if it's not showing up low to high, I would just give it a few days, up to a week, and then possibly contact Amazon in the future. But for now, I would just wait and do a little bit of optimization on your actual product page for the keywords that you want to rank for. Does anyone know if merch shirts can be shipped internationally, specifically to the UK? Thanks. Currently, Merch by Amazon is only kind of a US program. Now, anyone can be in the program, but they're only going to ship to the USA. So if you live in any other country and you actually want to get one of your merch shirts, you won't be able to order directly to your address, but what you can do is take advantage of something called a freight forwarder. If you just Google, freight forwarder or something like that, there are a lot of different companies out there where you can place an order on Amazon, it will ship to their warehouse, and then they will take that and forward it overseas to your address. The next question is, how do you create an unlisted design? So when you're going through the process of uploading your design, you upload the design, you pick some colors, pick a price point, you enter in your keywords, and you hit next. And on that final page where it's going to say, it's going to show you the mock-up, it's going to show you the bullets that you've entered, the title, and then the price. And then on the right-hand side, you'll be able to click, submit. There's going to be three little radio buttons over there, not bullet points. The radio button that's automatically selected is just sell live on Amazon. You want to select the one right under that that's going to be unlisted, and then submit that, and then that will be an unlisted link that you can send to anyone you want. They can purchase the shirt, they just won't show up in the live results on Amazon. All right, so our next question is, has Amazon started throttling again? This keeps coming up over and over again. Amazon is not throttling. If you are seeing any shirt colors missing, that's something that we're going to get to in a second here. That was a bug with Amazon. I believe it to be currently fixed, as well as they fixed the mobile issue where you could not add shirts to your cart. So a lot of people are seeing some increased sales lately. That might have something to do with it. Amazon's not throttling though, so if you're having an issue, it's probably a search visibility issue and not a specific throttling issue like they did in the past. David asks, does anyone know what's up with Amazon? It's got a new way of listing items, and Merch Informer is pretty useless, showing little to no results. So as of this morning, I believe you're talking about merchresearch.com. Merchinformer.com, the software itself, is working perfectly fine. Merchresearch.com. Some people from out of the US are actually having an issue seeing results show up when they just click the search button for t-shirts, and shows all the results in no specific order. What this is Amazon just put out a, I would call it like a geo, like a location filter. So a lot of people, since the shirts don't ship outside of the US, they've implemented this filter so a lot of people outside of the United States can't see the results. The way to fix this is either sign up with a brand new Amazon account, or in your own account, make sure that you have an address selected as default that is in the USA, and then you should be able to see the results. So if you change your default address or your default shipping location to inside the US, you should see it. If that doesn't work, make a new Amazon.com account and make sure you're just defaulting to a US address. The next question here, lately there's only 1 or 2 colors available for all the shirts. Check your listings. So this was an issue actually yesterday, popped up in a lot of the groups, but I kept it in the questions here because I wanted to answer it. They were having an issue where certain shirts were not having specific colors available to them or specific sizes. This is fixed. I just mentioned a minute ago that they also fixed the mobile issue. Previously on mobile, if you were to go to a shirt listing and try to add to the cart, some of the shirts would say that it's unavailable to add to the cart. You wouldn't be able to do it, even though on desktop you could. So that's fixed, and they also fixed that you should be seeing all the colors out of stock. One more thing to mention here is that this issue was not just happening to us, it was also happening to the big brand partners. So it was definitely on their top priority of things to get done, and it looks like as of this morning they have fixed it. Stephanie asks, what's a good way to find niches? So you can head over to merchresearch.com. I'll just show you that right here. Merch Research. All right, so once you come over to merchresearch.com, you can simply click t-shirts or enter a keyword. Say if you type in dog and just click search t-shirt, search t-shirts, sorry, it's going to show you. Let's see, I have the Oculus Go over here. Ignore that. But if you come down here, it's just going to show you in no particular order all of these different t-shirts that you can go through, get ideas. If you come back to merchresearch.com like this and just enter no keyword, search t-shirts, again, in no particular order. I don't find this too helpful for myself, but it's going to show all of the shirts, no order you can come through. You know, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages. You know, there's over 50,000 results. Now, there are over, there's over 1 million shirts on Merch by Amazon. This is not, this number right here is not how many Merch by Amazon shirts there are, so keep that in mind. Now, if you're looking for something a little more targeted and you want to see the best-selling shirts on Amazon in order of bestsellers, you can go to YouTube, search something like Merch Hunter. That's actually part of the Merch Informer software, and that is going to be able to really nail down your research into niches that are actually selling instead of taking your time and going through hundreds of pages looking for something that interests you. Let's go back to the questions here. All right, the next one. If you have a shirt targeting women and you select many youth sizes, does it confuse the algorithm, causing it to perhaps not target the appropriate niche? So if you have a shirt targeting women, you can select many youth sizes. I do personally because some women prefer, a different cut. The women's cut is a little bit more slimming, tighter to the body. It's not going to confuse the algorithm though, because they have very sophisticated algorithms. They do understand, as long as you have keywords in there for particular users. But for me personally, I always select all the options just to make sure that, if a woman is really small, she might order a youth size. Some youths, are larger, they might order a male size, something like that. So I always pick all the options. It gives the customer a little bit more choice, and it doesn't really narrow it down. Now, if there is a shirt that is very, very specific, maybe it's only children, then in that case, only pick what you want the customer to see. So in that case, I would pick just youth, just women, or just men. The next question here is, where does Merch by Amazon print the shirts at? I have a local nonprofit that wants to have shirts made, but wants them printed in the USA. I can't find this information. So the merch shirts themselves are printed in Texas currently. The shirts themselves, I believe, are actually not made in the US, but they are printed in the US currently. Now, that's because Merch by Amazon is a US only program. Eventually, that's going to change. There's going to be overseas fulfillment centers, so on and so forth, but currently they are printed in the US. Has anyone ever sold any hoodies, or are most folks totally shying away from them? Yes, lots of people have sold hoodies. That is why they introduced them to the platform. Hoodies are probably, I would say, third most popular in all the data I have looked at for sales. They equate to, I would say, 6 to 8, up to about 10% of monthly sales for me, as well as other accounts I've taken a look at. So if you have the slots available, don't just throw everything up on a hoodie, but I would say take your best sellers, try it out, put them up on hoodies and see what is selling. But they definitely do sell. That is why they put them on the platform. Next question here by Kyle. Is there any difference in t-shirt quality between a sample link and sell public on Amazon? I've made a shirt available as a sample. I want to confirm that I can send the private sample to a group of people and they'll see the same quality shirt as if it was listed on Amazon. Yes, they are the exact same shirts. You have the exact same choices to pick. So standard t-shirt, premium t-shirt, long sleeve. All of those they're printed on the exact same shirt. The only difference is that with the sample link, it's not live on Amazon. Only the people that see or get sent that link can purchase that shirt, but they are the exact same piece of clothing. Next question here is, does anyone know how long at a guess it takes for keyword updates to kick in? I mean, if I update the keyword on a shirt, how long will it take Amazon to start using the updated keywords? Or is that impossible to know? So there's no specific time period, but once you update the keywords on a listing, it needs to be re-indexed with those keywords in the Amazon search algorithm. So this can typically this is pretty fast. I would say 24 hours, but it can take up to 7 days to a week. So once you update your keywords, I would give it at least 2 weeks to see any change in your search visibility, whether you are ranking higher now or ranking lower. So once you do change the keywords, give it some time before you go back in and try to optimize your listing further. Next question here is, hey there, need some advice from the pros. So I found one of my best-selling shirts has a misspelling. It doesn't look like I can upload a new PNG. Any ideas or best action I can take? So this actually happened to me a long time ago. I misspelled rifle, so I had a shirt that said Black Rifle on it, and I misspelled it riffle, and I sold hundreds of them with a misspelling, and I didn't notice until all the bad reviews, like the 1-star reviews coming in. You cannot upload a new PNG, unfortunately, so your only course of action really is just to simply upload a new version that is spelled correctly and take the old version down, because you really don't want those customers coming back and leaving you those negative reviews. It reflects poorly on you. It also reflects poorly on Amazon, and if they do catch a misspelling, that is in the terms of service that misspellings are really not allowed. So I would just go ahead and take them down. Our last question here, looks like the last question in the list. Hi, I want to know if I can submit the same design to this print-on-demand website, Merch by Amazon, Zazzle, Threadless, TeePublic, Society6, and Redbubble. So Merch by Amazon is not exclusive. That means that you can upload your design to Merch and any other print-on-demand service that you want. I actually highly recommend you do so because you have the design, you either put the time in or you spent the money to outsource. So take your designs, spread them all over. It's going to be, you're going to have to decide time versus effort. Do you really want to put in the time to upload, say, all your designs to Society6 when your effort might be better spent uploading more designs to Merch by Amazon? I'm not sure myself. I do upload to multiple PODs, as do many other people in the industry. But that's kind of a trade-off that you're going to have to think about. But to answer your question, yes, you can upload the same design to as many of the print-on-demand services that you want because Merch is not exclusive. that's going to be all for the newbie questions today. If you guys have anything you want to ask me personally, or any just questions you want to ask without putting them in the big group, put through a question, hashtag Ask Neil, something along those lines, and I'll make sure to get to them tomorrow. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.